We must not confuse dissent with disloyalty. We must remember always that accusation is not proof, and that conviction depends upon evidence and due process of law. We will not walk in fear one of another. We will not be driven by fear into an age of unreason if we dig deep in our history and our doctrine, and remember that we are not descended from fearful men, not from men who feared to write, to speak, to associate, and to defend causes that were for the moment unpopular.
If there's one thing Edward R. Murrow hopefully taught those of us who still languish and toil in broadcast news, it's not to be fearful. Don't be arrogant. Don't be a bilious blowhard. Never fear speaking the truth. Never fear seeking the facts. For it is those who do not fear that truly make a difference. I take this job very seriously, maybe to a greater extent than I should. I believe that when I sit in this chair, it's my job and my responsibility to not only speak the truth, but to seek it out from those I interview and in the stories I write about. We live in an age where far too many people simply want to be on TV. They have no desire to dig deeper into what that means, nor do they care so long as the end result is plenty of airtime and plenty of social media talk about how they wear their hair or if they were able to produce that gotcha moment of questioning. All you have to do to understand what I'm talking about is go back and watch the CNBC Republican debate where the moderators were more about theatrics than facts. But don't blame them entirely. In many cases, we live in a media generation where they are only producing what they're taught. Taught in many cases by liars, cheats, and inherent frauds who are constantly in fear. Fear of the honest truth.
The reason why we're coming here to talk to you is when you're walking up this way, make sure you're walking on this side of the road, because there was I don't know if you noticed, there was a truck that pretty much had to go to a stop because you understand you're working out and stuff. Yeah. But just make sure you're on this side, that way you can see, because you're impeding traffic for one, and two, it's a safety issue. We don't want you to get hit. You know, if somebody's not, because you can see people coming this way and you can jump out of the way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if you on this side, someone come back and hit you and not even see you, and you won't even know what hit you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so, I appreciate it.
Not a problem. Do you have your ID on you real quick?
No, I don't have my ID on me, but if you want to verify, I'm the property owner at Drive. The provost for UNT lives just down the street here. Right. He can verify that I live in this neighborhood.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm like amazed. I get stopped for walking.
Dorothy Bland's the Dean of Journalism at the University of North Texas. It's her job to see that future journalists understand the need for truth, facts, and getting the story right every time. After that daylight stop happened, she wrote a scathing opinion piece in the Dallas Morning News stating that she was caught walking while black, that flashing lights and sirens were used to stop her, lying dribble that sought to make this all about race and inflame passions. This coming from an allegedly educated person teaching the next generation of journalists. Dorothy Bland is everything that's wrong, not only with racial attitudes in this country, but the preening farce that journalism has become. Apparently, she believed her being of color and screaming police brutality would overshadow the facts. The video recorded from the camera of the cops in question proves her justly undoing. This educational hack could have started another racial incident and been the proud standard bearer of another national falsehood. Thanks to cops doing their job without consideration of color and that pesky video, we're confronted with a liar who broke Board of Regents rules and simple rules of society and should be terminated immediately. One can only guess what she has taught students over the years, and how many of them will follow her despicable lead in seeking to become the story instead of reporting the facts. Who knows? Maybe someday, one of those people that she is currently teaching at this very moment just might be moderating a political debate. That's my opinion, telling it like it is. Rock on, true believers. Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow on The Hard Line.